Hey, this is Chris at Rekkid Talk. So we're gonna do an episode of I Buy Old Records, Old Rekkids. So basically another month. So now we're in November. One of the things I like to do locally is at the beginning of the month hit up our local antique mall, flea market places, and also hit the thrift stores. This is something I did over a couple days after I'd get off work. I'd go hit a place or two. And so here's the report from this particular month. This wasn't my strongest haul. I'll just let you know that right now. So the biggest of our indoor flea markets is the Peddler's Mall. So it was mostly the same old, same old. I did dig up this for $2.50. So you're saying, hey, Fleetwood Mac Rumors for $2.50. That's pretty good. This is a Columbia House version, which we know generally aren't the best. It's a 1983 Columbia House version of Fleetwood Mac Rumors. I looked it up on Discogs. It was going for like $25, which seems kind of high for a Columbia House. But apparently, I think most of the value is there was like a special bifold insert. I think that made it look like it was a gatefold, even though it wasn't. But both that insert and the original inner sleeve were gone. So I just have a generic inner sleeve. This copy is not an upgrade over my other copy of this. This will probably be something to gift to somebody who doesn't have this. It's like a starter version of Rumors. I almost bought 4 CDs for $5, but I ended up leaving them behind. And then when I was trying to recollect, I remember one of them was KT Tunstall. I can't remember what the other three are, so that probably means I was right to leave them. And I bet the next time I go back there, those 4 CDs will probably be all sitting next to each other because it's like a booth where there's like a ton of CDs that have been there for months and months. Now, one thing I did is that there's been a crate of Osmond records that's been there forever. And I'm not an Osmonds person, so I'm not really interested. But I heard people in the VC talking about there's like this secret crazy horses hard rock from like 1973 with the Osmond brothers. So I decided, okay, I'll look through the crate and see if it's there. But it wasn't. Then Trends and Treasures, nothing. When I talked last month about all the boxes of shitty records that got moved there from Peddler's Mall, well, now those are gone. A new thing I saw, somebody had a basket of 45s that they wanted $10 each for, including Debbie fucking Boone. Please have an intervention for me if I ever pay $10 for a Debbie Boone record. And then the smaller antique mall flea market type place that I drive by to and from work every day. There wasn't anything new in terms of records or CDs. Somebody is selling a turntable for $350, so I'm thinking, okay. I looked at it carefully. It's like a music hall. It's got an Ortofon Mojo cartridge on it. It lists for like over $1,000. But I would be very leery of buying a turntable in that setting. I would want some assurance that either I'd be able to get my money back or I would be able to actually test it out before committing to it. And I'm not really in the market for a new turntable anyway. And then thrift store report. So Angel's Attic, 50% off CDs and LPs this month. So normally the CDs are $1 there. They're 50 cents. So I got $2 worth of CDs. This Lucinda Williams, Car Wheels on a Gravel Road from some year 1998. We got this weather report comp, the Jaco Pastorius years, 76 through 82. The first song on it's called Punk Jazz. I listened to it. It sounds like fusion to me. It doesn't sound like punk. It sounds like what you'd expect a weather report comp to sound like. And then Chris Thiele pops up again. This was one of his solo records from 2001. The first two Nickel Creek CDs from the same time period were also there, but I already have both of those. And then in the random world music category, this is Croatian. So, Klapa Jadrija is a Croatian folk band, apparently Klappa is supposed to represent a group of 5 to 8 men who are singing. At first, I read it was a cappella somewhere on the internet, but then you can see there's a picture of them and there's instruments, and there was definitely instruments. And this is exactly the kind of music I would anticipate hearing if I was sitting in a restaurant located on a Croatian beach. It's basically the Croatian version of Greek restaurant music. I might give this to my Croatian friend as a gag gift. There's a professor who's originally from Croatia, except I think there's probably a non-zero chance that he was the one who donated stuff. So maybe this came from him. I don't know. I should give it to him. And then I got an LP. So the LPs there are normally 50 cents, and they're always crap. Now they're 25 cents. And so straight from the thumbnail, the 1980s Countdown to Armageddon by Hal Lindsey. Absolutely nothing on the back. Ringware. This is an incredibly flimsy cover. And then here's the record. This has to be the lightest weight 12-inch record I've ever gotten in my life. And yes, look, I'm abusing it. Look, I'm putting my hands all over the grooves. Because what it is, Hal Lindsey's some crackpot preacher with some crackpot Armageddon end of the world bullshit. All right. So I looked it up on Discogs. It has a Discogs rating of 1.9 on a scale of 1 to 5, which is the worst I've ever seen there. It did. Somebody gave it a 5, and I looked at that. I looked at that user's profile, and I'm pretty sure they were being ironic with that. That officially replaces Knife Through Head as the most offensive record in my collection. Let me get the Knife Through Head to compare. All right, so Knife Through Head from the Punk Blind Buys video, Gold Teeth, Guns, and Bitches. So this is just some immature, offensive grindcore, but not nearly as offensive as End of the World crack pottery. And then I went to the Goodwill. There was nothing for me at the Goodwill. I left the Anita Bryant behind. I figured I'd bought enough hatred for the day.